मेरा तो मानना ये है कि coming future is for next 20 years is going to be for India globally.
So, is it the reality that actually India is growing?
The truth is, India has a population. Realizing that this population is a big market.
What were the major learnings for you while working in Tata?
Tata Steel is a great institute. The biggest first learning I got is empathy.
One of the reasons why Tata is seen at a different scale at this point of time
Yes.
also, and it's been a legacy. And it is going to be a legacy for the upcoming years also. Do you think what is going to be the success parameter for a startup or a business? How one can measure that?
Are you creating value for your customer? So you have to actually create a value which is significantly higher than his perceived price.
Hello and welcome, sir. Welcome to the TMO, the
Thank
Making
you.
of Podcast.
Thank you.
I am really glad that you gave your time from your busy schedule and finally we are taking the podcast. So, let's start कि आपका जर्नी क्या था स्टार्टिंग आपने स्कूलिंग कहाँ से किया हायर एजुकेशन एंड देन हाउ यू started this.
Okay. To start with, मैंने स्कूलिंग न्यू इंग्लिश स्कूल ठाणे में से किया. मराठी मीडियम में से मैंने सीखा हूँ. आई एम अ वर्नाकुलर स्टूडेंट. मुझे इंग्लिश का ई नहीं आता था, बट यस आई थिंक कंटिन्यूअस एफर्ट एंड गलती करने से मैं सीखते गया एंड पुश करते रहा खुद को. अब मुझे पता था मैं गलत कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, बट फिर भी स्टेटमेंट मारता था इंग्लिश के. बिंदास, गलती तो गलती, पता है मुझे, हाँ गलती कर रहा हूँ, बट तुम भी गलती करो, तो बात करते साथ में बैठ के. दैट वाज अटेम्प्ट. 10th वहीं से किया मैंने, स्कूल से ही, और स्कूल में से ही 11th और 12th किया इन मराठी मीडियम अगेन. एंड देन इंजीनियरिंग मैंने केकेवा कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग नासिक से करा. उसके बाद एमबीए करा, फर्स्ट मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स, देन सेकंड लीडरशिप एंड फाइनेंस फ्रॉम एक्सेलर जमशेदपुर. तो मेरा फर्स्ट जॉब था वॉश मुंबई में. फिशर फिक्सिंग सिस्टम जीएमबीएच नाम की कंपनी है, जर्मनी से आई थी तभी 2000 ईयर में. एंड देन सेकंड जॉब ऑनवर्ड्स मैं टाटा स्टील लिमिटेड जमशेदपुर में ज्वाइन करा 2002 में. तो 2002 से 2012 तक मैं टाटा स्टील में था 10 साल. वेरियस जगह पे मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स, सप्लाई चेन ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जर्नी, जमशेदपुर, कलकत्ता, अहमदाबाद, गुजरात, then again Jamshedpur, then Calcutta, then दिल्ली, सेल्स हेड नॉर्थ, ऐसे पोजीशंस में लेके फिर मैंने टाटा स्टील में से 10 साल बाद ऑप्ट आउट किया. एंड मैंने स्वीडन में एक कंपनी ज्वाइन करी थी, स्टील कंपनी, छोटी सी थी. उसका मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर की पोजीशन पे मैं शिफ्ट हुआ. तो स्वीडन में काम करने के बाद मैं वापस इंडिया में जब से आया हूँ, तब से मैं बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टेंट काम कर रहा हूँ. एंड वी आर, मेरी ये कंपनी है यहाँ पर है, we are empaneled with क्वालिटी काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया. एमएसएमई मिनिस्ट्री की एक ऑफशूट सेल है. उनके थ्रू हम लोग एमएसएमईज को गाइड करते हैं, कंसल्टिंग करते हैं. वी डू लीन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड जेड सर्टिफिकेशन फॉर द एमएसएमईज ऑफ इंडिया टू रिड्यूस डाउन देयर कॉस्ट ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एज वेल एज enhancing the quality of their product and taking it abroad to make and help them the country global manufacturing hub. So it's an initiative by government of India, and we are proud and panel consultants to QCI.
Okay. So, sir, before coming to your business consultancy part, so you have mentioned कि आपने बहुत सारे companies के साथ and well-known companies, Bosch हो गया, Tata हो गया, so you have worked with them. So, shifting your career from corporate to starting your own venture. So, what were the hurdles जो आपने इस journey में face किए, and how you started this, the Patil की या आपका जो manufacturing unit है?
Yeah, good question. In fact, मेरा तो मानना ये है कि coming future is for next 20 years is going to be for India globally. So you name it, and any organizational chief is going to talk about that अगले 20 साल इंडिया के हैं. Taking the same cue, I thought, yes, let me venture out into the manufacturing and the business hub. There were challenges. The biggest challenge which I faced was of that of uh, knowledge of finance. It was not finance. पैसे नहीं है, ये चैलेंज नहीं था. नॉलेज ऑफ फाइनेंस की, इसको कैसे लाना है एंड इसको कैसे मैनेज करना है.
Financial management.
Yeah, financial management and what does it mean, how it flows, this part. Marketing, I was sure nobody will be able to. I was very confident about it. Marketing तो कर लूंगा, माल बेच के आ जाऊंगा. बट एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में फाइनेंस को कैसे हैंडल करना है becomes holds a very important role, which I was facing a challenge, and I definitely faced a challenge. And yes, we are learning the tough way. And I would again going ahead, extending your question and answering them. मैं हर एक को यही रेकमेंड करूंगा कि आपकी एक कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी तो होगी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की या मार्केटिंग की, या एक स्किल सेट होगा, एक टेक्निकल. बट उसके साथ में अगर आपको बिजनेस करना है, प्लीज टेक द नॉलेज ऑफ फाइनेंस, कैश फ्लो मैनेजमेंट. दैट इज द मोर इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट. जो कन्वेंशनल आज का जो अपना एजुकेशन सिस्टम है, उसमें अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो नहीं है. इफ यू आर अ बीएससी ग्रेजुएट, उसमें फाइनेंस नहीं सिखाया जाता. इफ यू आर अ बीबीए ग्रेजुएट, उसमें बहुत कम फाइनेंस सिखाया जाता है. हाउ इज इट इम्पैक्टिंग कैश फ्लो तो योर पेइंग आउट सैलरीज, उसका इम्पैक्ट नहीं आता है समझ में. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द big concepts of statutory compliances and chartered accountants practices, but managerial accounting कि आपका रोज का आपने कितना माल बेचा, वो पैसा 2 महीने बाद आने वाला है, तो 2 महीने तक आप कैसे सस्टेन करेंगे, that cash flow, that becomes a very important aspect of the business.
Okay. So managing the finance is the most critical thing if you have to start your own venture.
It forms the base of the pyramid for you to build up the pyramid ahead.
Okay, great. And as you mentioned कि आने वाले 20 साल इंडिया के होने वाले हैं, एंड अभी अगर हम लोग देखें ना, तो पहले जैसे था कि एक टाइम था व्हेन द यूपीएससी वेव वाज गोइंग ऑन, देन देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन एमबीए का वेव चला, एंड नाउ द वेव इज एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. तो हर कोई एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहता है, बट हाउ वन कैन रिकॉग्नाइज कि एक्चुअल में उसने ये जर्नी स्टार्ट करना चाहिए या नहीं.
Okay, that's an interesting question. One can definitely identify his caliber in terms of what is his core strength. Okay, core strength अगर उनकी पता है उनको, and if they are good in managing first finance and people.
Right.
Okay, so ये दो स्किल सेट्स उनके पास अगर हैं, then they can be good entrepreneurs. Core strength उनकी technical, because they can employ good people who are technocrats. Okay, get the product done to the best of its quality, quantity, skills. अच्छा उनका ये एक caliber अच्छा हो जाएगा प्रोडक्ट का, and then they can hire a people to sell it better. Okay, coupled with finance as his own core strength, he can build up the business multifold.
Okay.
So he has to have these two skill sets. He has to be able to manage the people well, and the finance he should understand by the core of it.
Right.
Then he is good to go ahead and be an entrepreneur.
Right. So he needs to know how to manage his own funds, and then the second thing, how to manage people. But
or others funds also.
Others funds
because
also.
He'll be actually employing others funds.
Right. So abhi jo problem what I am able to see is we hear lots of motivational speaker, lots of people are speaking about students can start this journey entrepreneurship. They can start their startups, and students are getting into the flow of that, and they are starting their own journey. So what will be your take on people who are motivating on YouTube channels or other platforms?
See, frankly, motivational speaker, मेरा पर्सनल ओपिनियन है,
हाँ.
आई मे बी रॉन्ग, बट एक थोड़ा टैबू है. मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर शुड बी डिलीवरिंग वैल्यू इन द लाइफ ऑफ एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, not for those 3 hours for which he is attending your session by paying a fees of, let's say, 1,000 rupees into a 5-star hotel and having a fantastic lunch after your motivational speak. Okay, motivational speaker, most of it, not all, there are good speakers also, but most of it मैं आज देखता हूँ हल्ला गुल्ला ज्यादा होता है, डॉल्बी सिस्टम, म्यूजिक सिस्टम चलता है, वहां पे डांस होता है, जंपिंग होता है. It's not about making you feel good, that's all. No, it's serious business. Business corporate में ऐसा नहीं चलता है. You got to teach what will make you earn money, and earning money is happening only if you are creating value in the system. आप कुछ कस्टमर को ऐसा दे रहे हो जो कस्टमर को चाहिए और वो खरीदेगा आपसे, जिससे आपको प्रॉफिट भी बनने वाला है. वरना इंडियन कस्टमर्स ऐसे हैं जिनको आप अगर ऑफर करें सर आपके लिए फ्री है, तो वो बोलेगा फ्री है तो 2 दे दो. एक नहीं. So even I am like that.
Right.
Okay, so that is the way we should be cautious about motivational speakers. कि जम कर दो, इसको देखो उसने जम कर दिया, बिजनेस आज कहां से कहां पे पहुंच गया. इट डजंट हैपन ओवरनाइट, एंड उस एक जंप सक्सेसफुल होने के पीछे 100 फेल्ड जंप्स भी हैं.
हाँ,
वो कोई नहीं बताता है. सो मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर मेरे हिसाब से इसलिए टैबू बन गया है. आई एम नॉट अ मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर. मैं बात करता हूँ, अच्छी बात करता हूँ, इट मे साउंड, बट मैं ये कहता हूँ, मैं ये 10 मिनट के बाद सुनने के बाद आप जंप मत करिए बिजनेस में. मैं आपको 1 साल की हैंड होल्डिंग देता हूँ. आई विल गेट यू टू अ पोजीशन जिसके बाद में आप आपके खुद के पैरों पर चल सकते हो. एंड इट्स अ सीरियस बिजनेस, सीरियस टाइम एंगेजमेंट विथ यू. ये यू नो एक दिन का मेकअप नहीं है. This is a physical transformation of your own business, your mindset change.
And it is going to take time.
That is going to take time.
Okay.
Serious one-to-one interactions होने जरूरी होते हैं इसमें.
अच्छा. So I can't rely on this
नहीं,
platform.
4 घंटे के सेशन में तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है यार. हफ्ते में 1 घंटा 2 दिन 2 घंटा फॉर 3 महीने, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू. आप वेस्ट कर रहे हो समय, टाइम, पैसे सब वेस्ट कर रहे हो. डोंट वेस्ट इट लाइक दैट.
So sir, there was one question जो आपने अभी पहले mention किया कि entrepreneur को he needs to be good at finance, right? तो is it necessary कि उसने personally finance के aspects सीखने चाहिए? और if I'm good at marketing, as you also mentioned that you were into core marketing, so is it really necessary कि you personally have to learn finance things, or you can just hire a person who is going to look at your finances?
Okay, good question. In fact, I would like you personally, as an owner of the organization or the managing director or CEO of the organization, should know finance personally.
Okay.
But not to an extent a chartered accountant knows.
Okay.
Not so serious.
Finance.
Yeah, basic finance.
Yeah.
For example, there are 2 types of finances. One can qualify the statement into. One is statutory accounting. कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने लिख के दिया है, दिस इज द वे योर बैलेंस शीट शुड लुक लाइक, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस स्टेटमेंट शुड लुक लाइक. आपका स्टॉक यहाँ पे आएगा, आपका एक्सपेंसेस यहाँ पे आएगा, एंड इसको ऐसा ही करना है. चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट विल सर्टिफाई एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर, stamp it, sign it,
Hmm.
and then you have to submit 2 copies to Government of India.
Okay. Huh.
It's a mandatory requirement. Chartered accountant has been licensed to do that.
Hmm.
He cannot make mistakes. If he makes mistakes, it gets caught, he loses his license.
Acha.
ये mandatory है.
Okay.
But and it has only one language of that of rupees into it. Okay.
Huh.
Now on the other side, you have a business, let's say, of a fleet owner.
Okay.
आपके पास 50 ट्रक है.
Hmm.
ओके. आप क्या अकाउंटिंग करोगे? आपका अकाउंटिंग कैसे चलेगा? आई टेल यू. मेरे 50 ट्रक में से कितने ट्रक आज एम्प्लॉयड है?
हाँ.
40 ट्रक में लोड भरा हुआ है और रास्ते पे है.
हाँ.
अभी मुझे बचा क्या है? 10 ट्रक.
हाँ.
और 10 ड्राइवर जो घूम रहे हैं यहाँ वहाँ, इनके पास काम नहीं है. तो मेरे को पहले तो फाइनेंस में क्या है, उन 10 ट्रक को एम्प्लॉय करना है.
करेक्ट.
ओके. तो मेरा अकाउंटिंग क्या हुआ? वो मैनेजरियल अकाउंटिंग हुआ, जिसका गवर्नमेंट ने कोई स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट नहीं दिया. ये आपको अपना डेवलप करना है.
हाँ.
तो मेरा टोटल कैपेसिटी कितना है? 50. एम्प्लॉयड कैपेसिटी कितना है? 40. वैकेंट कैपेसिटी कितना है? 10. तो मुझे आज ये 10 का हिसाब लगाना है. तो आपका रिव्यू स्ट्रक्चर उसी पे होगा. So this is managerial accounting.
Okay.
अभी now fundamentally it will boil down to number of rupees and all kind of a thing. Okay, जो statutory accounting में जाएगा. But you as a person, owner of that business, will change the financial the statement of the accounting system to your suitable, and that is free of cost. आप जो करना चाहते हैं वैसे करो. Eventually the business should get managed well. Now you change your business from fleet ownership to a, let's say, labor supplier.
हाँ.
Okay, contract labor supplier. तो आप ये देखोगे क्या मेरे ट्रक कितने हैं?
नहीं.
You will shift the parameters.
Correct. Labor.
मेरे पास 50 लेबर है, उसमें से 40 लेबर एम्प्लॉयड है. अभी मुझे 10 लोगों के लिए जो रोजगार ढूंढना है. हाँ. तो उसका कितना पैसा है? आज नहीं मिला तो उसका तो पैसा मेरे पॉकेट में से जाएगा.
नुकसान होगा.
So now that boils down. So you got to change your accounting system within your organization as called as managerial accounting, and that is you are free of cost, free to design on your own. This is not mandatory anyway. So ये वाला part है ना, ये that you need to learn better.
Okay, तो जो मेरे day to day finances run होंगे वो मुझे सीखने की जरूरत है as a entrepreneur or a business owner.
And that you should be commander.
Correct.
You should know it day or day. ऐसे चाहिए हो आप पे. हाँ. आपके फिक्स कॉस्ट कितने हैं?
कितने expenses हो रहे हैं?
वेरिएबल कॉस्ट कितने हैं?
Correct.
That you should be very confident about. That even your chartered accountant doesn't know.
Yeah. You will be just making the balance sheets.
Yes, yes. वो तो अपना अपना हिसाब करके देंगे. And in fact, on a daily basis, you should be aware of this.
So, sir, as you mentioned, कि India is growing at a rate कि next 20 years में India is gonna boom, right? But there are speakers who are who are opposing this statement that India is not growing at that pace right now. It is just a myth that people are saying, or maybe the governments are promoting. So, is it the reality that actually India is growing?
True. There are claims, counter claims, opposing statements also definitely coming up, and you're right in your observation. The truth is India has a population.
Right.
Realizing that this population is a big market and agreeing to it by the government itself is a big achievement.
Right.
Till now we had the population, but agreeing that this is within itself is a big market, a consumer, was not there.
Okay.
So treating this population as a market itself is opening up not many sectors, consumptions.
Okay.
You see why the steel prices are going up.
Right.
Recent drips and all, they are very minuscule, temporary, the recency effect aspect is there. But it is going to keep going up. The better cars are being developed. जो car, we had cars in the range of till now 5 years back, starting from 8 lakh rupees to a decent of 15, 20 lakh rupees, we used to get luxury cars.
Luxury cars. Yeah.
Now the starting range itself has shifted to, let's say, 20 lakh rupees. Can you believe? Ranging to up to almost like 30 lakh, 35 lakhs rupees. Day before yesterday, there was Gudi Padwa in India, mostly celebrated in Maharashtra. And in Nashik, in our society, there were two BMWs which have been bought. They were telling one showroom 48 BMWs were delivered.
Oh,
in
okay.
Nashik.
Wow,
That was only one showroom.
that's huge.
What is this indicating? Increasing purchase
Purchase.
power.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, there will be counter claims that it is not reaching to the bottom of the pyramid of the bigger population.
Exactly. Yeah.
Obviously, that will happen. But percolation down will definitely happen over the years now. It has always been like this, that cars were out of the reach of a common person. But without a car, a common person can't be found today. It takes time. There is always called as a lag effect in any big initiative. If you do something today, the effect is going to be seen down the line 10 years, 15 years.
Okay.
And for a bigger population, the lag effect is longer. For a country like Sweden, you do take a decision today, policy decision by the government of Sweden, the lag effect can be seen in months. India is an elephant. It's an economy. It's an economy of democracy also. So you got to balance out the opposition. You can't just switch over. It's not a monarchy. You decide and you start implementing, and down the line, 3 months it is implemented. No, it doesn't happen. You got to debate in parliament. You got to decide. You got to define. You got to have an implementation plan. You got to have a mechanism to implement it.
Yeah,
this within itself, the
making process takes time.
Lean implementation, lean manufacturing program. Government has excellent program to help implement lean tools, the Toyota manufacturing tools to MSMEs of India. It's taking longer time for us to make it reach to the MSMEs, to let them know. Once they come to know, they are just grabbing it.
Right.
So that's the gap which I am finding.
Okay.
But we are definitely moving. We are certainly moving in a sustainable way. Once we are there, we are not going to roll it back. That is for sure. There are countries like Brazil who could not sustain at that position, who missed it in between, in the harsh way, in the fast way, the implementation. It doesn't happen with India.
Okay. So it is going to take time.
It is going to take time, definitely, but it is not going to roll back.
Okay, sir. So as you are working as a business consultant for the Patil key and with the MSME also, so how this journey started? आपके दिमाग में क्या आया कि what inspired you actually to start your journey as a business consultant?
To be honest, right since the beginning, in our house also, there has been a culture of getting into business somehow. It was unfortunate that I lost my father when I was in my final year of engineering. And had he been around, he wouldn't have allowed me to get into a job for even a single day. To be honest. So he has been a person who has always been betting on youngsters.
Okay. He was a business person?
He was a business person. He was earlier into a job, then he shifted to business. He used to bet on my uncles, youngsters, You
Hmm.
start the business, I will fund you. You know, even being a Mauritian or Marathi person, but he used to always bet upon,
Okay.
and he gave a lot of many my uncles and mamajis and kakajis and all youngsters who wanted to get into the business, who are now well established business people, they have been funded by my father,
Wow.
and he has been very gung ho on every person who wanted to enter into a business. It
Very
was
nice.
very unfortunate for me to uh, not have him around while I passed out,
Hmm.
and then I went into a job. Touchwood, my great friend Kaushik Laturkar, he got me first job in Bosch, uh, and yes, gave me a good direction,
Hmm.
allowed me to get into even an organization like Tata Steel.
Hmm.
So, Tata Steel being a great university for me to shape me up, gave me opportunities like I could not think of for myself. A great learning experience, and shaped me out of nowhere. You know, tier 3, tier 4 city boy
Hmm.
can get into an organization like this was a great experience. Then I get guidance from uh, the concepts of TOC. Dr. Ellie Goldratt was also a great experience. And in 2012, I got a confidence that yes, was now I know how to do a business,
Okay.
and that gave me a courage to leave an organization like Tata Steel. While I was convinced that I can do it, all my bosses, all my ex colleagues, they were telling me, "Pagal ho gaya hai. Why are you leaving an organization? You are already on a good consideration path for fast promotions and all." But I was convinced that yes, now I can take the plunge
Hmm.
because of again the TOC concepts. So I did it. Went to Sweden, came back, and started working as a consultant because by then I was knowing the finance part
Yeah.
again, and where to apply, which concept. I was confident, and I started my journey. So that's eventually it started paying me also. So it started fitting me in my kitchen. So that is how
Okay.
allowed me.
That's how you started.
Yeah, that's a,
So you have worked with Tata Steel and you said कि अच्छा स्टेज पे आपने वो जॉब वहाँ पे रिजाइन किया था तो what were the major learnings for you while working in Tata?
Tata Steel is a great institute. The biggest first learning I got is empathy.
Oh,
The kind of respect they reciprocate with the colleagues
correct.
uh, from whichever caste, cadre, color you come from. You talk with your boss to your colleague with the first name only.
Oh my God.
Surnames don't matter
That's
there.
yeah.
Okay. Empathy part, I was introduced to this word empathy by one of my colleagues, Sharad Sharma, wherein he said, Heman, empathy is not equivalent to sympathy.
Yeah, yes.
Sympathy is something like, यार क्यों रो रहा है? तो मुझे ये प्रॉब्लम है.
Hmm.
तो if I'm showing sympathy, मैं भी जाके रोना चालू कर दूं. That is not the way we work here. Empathy means, okay, तो क्यों रो रहा है? Let us find the root cause. Let us work towards that root cause uh, solution,
Yeah.
and let we get out of the situation, you out of it. That is empathy.
Hmm.
We feel what are you feeling.
Yeah.
That is the best way I can find the best solution to your
Solution.
problem.
To get into the shoes of
To
that
get into
person.
the shoes of the person who's
Yeah.
actually into the pain,
Hmm.
and that is the best way to find the solution into.
Right.
That is the first the biggest learning in my life I can get into, and I sincerely feel that lot many people need to understand that empathy part, and that is the crux of being a good consultant.
Okay.
He has to be a very patient listener, very deep thinker. That is what actually makes a good consultant. I am still practicing it. I am
Hmm.
saying categorically here that I have not reached to the excellency part of it. No, it's a life journey. You can't be the best of it.
Hmm.
You got to keep learning and learning and learning.
Right.
Okay. The second part I could think is, if you are a risk taker with empathy
Hmm.
in organization like Tata Steel, nobody can stop you. I was a very high, highly motivated and encouraged to take risks.
Hmm.
Failure was being allowed if it was not programmed by you.
Okay. Yeah.
You
That's,
know, you are taking a calculated risk, telling
yeah.
your boss that I am going to do this, guide me in case if I am doing something disastrous. He has a check. No, Heaven, go ahead with. I used to go make a serious attempt.
Hmm.
Most of it, most of the times, I used to get success. Success. If I miss something, he was there backing me up. Don't worry, I'll be there. That was the second thing which I learned.
Hmm.
Having a good mentor with me was a good part. The third and the most important thing which I experienced in organization, that work makes the organization like Tata Steel away from a good organization. It is a great organization.
Yeah.
I'll narrate you an experience. I went to my boss, told him I want this promotion.
Hmm.
Now I'm due. I have been performing well. He says, fantastic. Well, I appreciate your approach. And that's how organizational employee I want everybody to think like
Hmm.
he has performed well. Tell me which is the position you want to go for.
Oh.
You have to tell me.
Okay.
You have to select the position for yourself. So I said, okay, that is the position I'm aiming for.
Hmm.
And okay, good. What do you think? Do you know about that position? So
Hmm.
I know A, B, C. I can do well, which is being expected in that position. Very good, Hemant. D and E is also required, which you don't know probably. Go back for 6 months, practice it, and come back to me again. I'll give you that position.
Wow.
But the story doesn't end here. Okay? The story, Hemant, have you learned that? Yes, sir. I am ready with A, B, C, D, and
Yeah.
E also. Very good. You are ready for the promotion.
Hmm.
I'll give you the promotion tomorrow. Now tell me, whom should I give your position to?
Okay. That's
Have you generated? Have you generated a person? Have you trained a
who can,
person to
yeah,
take your position so that you can be positioned there?
correct.
So, human resource management is not a departmental job in Tata Steel. It is a line job.
Oh, okay.
So, if you want to climb up the hierarchy, you have to generate leader in your position,
Yeah. Oh,
and it gets succeeded by this practice. The
mm.
organizational pyramid is built like this. That is why this organization is different and a great organization than a good organization.
Yeah, that is what I was going to say. Is are these one of the reasons why Tata is seen at a different scale at this point of time also,
Yes,
and it's been a legacy, and it is going to be a legacy for the upcoming years also. कि उसको
sure,
कोई नहीं beat कर सकता है.
absolutely, absolutely,
The work
absolutely.
culture,
That's why I said, na, human resource management and finance. If you have it
yeah.
well managed, you are there in a good business.
Okay, that's completely great. So now I see why Tata is Tata for India. So, sir, as you mentioned that you have worked with lots of MSMEs and you're still working with lots of business owners also. So, what do you think? What is going to be the success parameter for a startup or a business? How one can measure that?
Okay. Uh, First thing first, are you creating value for your customer? Tell me, who's going to give you money?
Customers,
Customers.
right?
Why will he give you money?
Because I am getting the service or the value out of the product or the service.
If that value
Hmm.
is smaller than the price he is paying for,
Then definitely not.
he will not buy it.
Yeah.
So you have to actually create the value which is significantly higher than his perceived price.
Okay.
What do I mean by this? Let us understand. अगर कोई चीज 10 रुपए की मैं बेच रहा हूं
Hmm.
और वो ना लेने से उसका 500 रुपए का नुकसान होने वाला है,
Hmm.
ही विल बाई इट.
हाँ, definitely.
ओके.
Hmm.
अगर वही चीज मैं 10 रुपए की बेच रहा हूं और वो ना खरीदने से उसका 12 रुपए का नुकसान होने वाला है ना, प्रोबेबली वो नहीं खरीदेगा, क्योंकि रिस्क फैक्टर सिर्फ 2 रुपए का है.
हाँ, correct.
ओके. सो आपका जो जो प्राइस एट विच सेलिंग प्राइस जो है आपका, एट विच यू आर गोइंग टू सेल इट, in comparison with him not having that,
Hmm.
has to be significantly high.
Hmm.
Then he will buy.
Right.
Okay. The current state of Indian MSMEs is this difference. The selling price and the perceived price, the gap is not so significant big.
It is
They are not
lower.
there.
हाँ.
It has to be significantly high. For example, you took an example of Swiggy.
Hmm.
Having food hot in house sitting after a long tired day, not requiring to take out your four-wheeler again and
Drive
facing
to
a
the
parking problem,
yeah.
घर पे मिल रहा है, is such a convenience.
Hmm.
You will buy it.
Correct.
आप 40 रुपए उसको दे देंगे यार,
Delivery guy को
डिलीवरी
हाँ.
गाय को दे देंगे, चलो छोड़ो ना यार.
Hmm.
तो you will obviously buy it because perceived value is significantly high.
Higher.
ओला सर्विस उससे महंगा तो फोर व्हीलर वाला, कैब या रिक्शा वाला ले लेगा,
Hmm.
बट द ट्रांसपेरेंसी पार्ट, कि वो पहले बता देता है कितना प्राइस है,
Hmm.
एंड यही प्राइस का स्ट्रक्चर भी दे देता है कि हम पहले ही बता देते हैं, पैसा बहुत ज्यादा है बट कन्वीनियंस पार्ट इज मच हायर.
Hmm.
ओके. So whatever value you are creating, you have to make sure that it is significantly higher than his perceived value. For example, बिस्लरी.
Hmm.
आप 20 रुपए की बिस्लरी खरीदेंगे या उसने जो पता नहीं कौन से आरओ से जग में पानी डाला वो पिएंगे, जिससे
Distillery.
आपको रिस्क है कि घर जाने के बाद अगर आप बीमार पड़ेंगे तो 500 रुपए के मेडिसिन खाने पड़ेंगे. ऑब्वियसली यू विल बाय
The
20 रुपए
distillery, yeah.
20 रुपए के अगेंस्ट 500 रुपए के मेडिसिन, 200 रुपए के मेडिसिन, significantly difference. So you will obviously buy this service. Understand what value you are creating
Hmm.
and sell that, it will get sold. Make sure that this gap is there.
Gap is there. So creating value is the biggest game changer for a startup.
And maintaining the sustenance. एक बिस्लरी बॉटल में
हाँ.
कहीं कुछ गड़बड़ निकली, दूसरे दिन पूरे
पूरा correct.
कंट्री बिस्लरी लेना बंद कर देगा.
Hmm.
So you have to create that ecosystem to maintain the sustenance of your cost or delivery of the correct product.
वो प्रोसेस स्टैंडर्डाइज होनी चाहिए हर जगह पे. ओके. एंड अभी आप जैसे एमएसएमईज के साथ काम कर रहे हो, इवन यू आर वर्किंग विद गवर्नमेंट, सो व्हाट आर द सब्सिडीज वन कैन अवेल इफ दे बिलोंग टू अ एमएसएमई and how they can access it?
Yeah, good question. In fact, that is the core which we are working upon very strongly. Currently, as we have identified that MSMEs, micro, small, medium companies in India are contributing to an extent of almost 65% of uh, GST creation in India.
Hmm.
They are the biggest employment generation
Hmm.
sector in manufacturing,
Okay.
but unfortunately they are the unorganized sector.
Hmm.
Who are their suppliers? Companies like Biggies, Tata Steel, Dunlop,
Hmm.
JSW, they give steel to these companies. These MSMEs convert this raw material into finished goods
Finished goods. Huh.
and again supply to who all? For example, Mahindra's, Tata Motors, Maruti Udyog, they are also biggies.
Hmm.
Now, these MSMEs, who are these? For a typical MSME owner, he may or may not be an engineer.
Hmm.
He is definitely surely not an MBA because
Hmm.
MBAs have moved out to corporate jobs.
Hmm.
Okay, engineers are also moved out to software sector.
Sector tech. Hmm.
These are the people who have taken one or two CNC machines or some machines and all, and they have started because they are technocrats in that. They know how to operate this machine or how to operate the technology.
Hmm.
Okay, they need not to be possessing the knowledge of the tools of lean manufacturing, which is
Hmm.
a Toyota manufacturing way.
Hmm.
And even if they have heard of it, they know it, how to implement it in their sector, their company, they are not aware of or they don't have time for.
Hmm.
They are crushing their uh, profits because of the wastages being generated around them. They are not aware of it. अब profit कम हो रहा है तो they have to go to the supplier
Hmm.
कि भैया प्राइस कम करो.
हाँ.
Supplier is not ready to listen. Who is he? He is a big.
Big
They are
giant.
organized. बोले भैया आपको लेना है तो लो, नहीं तो बाजू वाला बैठा है वो ले लेगा हमसे.
Hmm.
They can't say okay to the supplier to reduce the price. They go to the customer.
Hmm.
हमको प्राइस बढ़ा के दो, हमारा प्रॉफिट कम हो रहा है, तुमको देना है तो दो, नहीं तो बाजू वाले से ले लेना.
हाँ.
अभी हो क्या रहा है ना, they not being organized,
Hmm.
they are cutting their prices. आज मैं 4 आना उतारता हूँ, मेरा बाजू वाला 8 आना उतारेगा,
Hmm.
फिर मैं 8 आना उतारूंगा, वो 4 आना उतारेगा. So
हाँ.
they are cutting their individual prices just not by being organized.
Hmm.
They don't have a single voice. But sure, if they implement the tools of lean, the Toyota manufacturing way, they can reduce their internal wastages
Okay.
in
Can you
manufacturing.
describe what is lean or Toyota
Yeah,
way of
okay. Good
management?
question. Good question. Lean means being slim.
Okay.
In Marathi, it is called as Sada Patal.
अच्छा. हाँ.
Okay. Today, I am fat. With a height of 6 feet, I am supposed to be, as per BMI standards, I am supposed to be 78 kgs. I am 92 kgs.
Hmm.
आज मेरे से अगर कोई रेस लगाएगा 100 मीटर का तो I will lose
Hmm.
because I have a lot many fats
Hmm.
around. This is exactly in organizations who are inefficient. They have unnecessary stocks, wastages,
Hmm.
not accounting, collection spending to be received from the customers. All these facts are reducing the efficiency of an organization,
Okay.
of an
Hmm.
MSME.
अच्छा.
They are not aware of it.
Hmm.
Okay, so they need some expert eye to look into this,
Hmm.
go into the depth, and make them aware that yes, these are the facts which you can do away with and increase your profit by being efficient.
Hmm.
Okay, lean means a slim figure.
Slim.
Be efficient,
Hmm.
ready to learn, and don't generate these facts.
Hmm.
Okay, so government has given a good opportunity for the group of enterprises, GOE we call them as. You approach government,
Hmm.
the QCI, Quality Council of India, uh, formed by MSME Ministry, approach QCI. They will appoint you a consultant on a subsidized way. You just have to pay 10% of the fees.
Okay.
The consultant will come to you and guide you to implementation of lean manufacturing practices. But honestly, you will have to implement it, get benefited for. Okay. These subsidies are 90%. For 100% owned ladies, it is 100%.
Oh, wow.
The MSMEs don't have to pay a single rupee. Can you believe this? And there are other, additional 5% if you're a SC/ST in remote areas and all those. The scheme is fantastically designed. Yes, extra benefits. So you got to avail this by approaching QCI. We are there to guide you how to approach to QCI and all. It's all available on the portal of QCI.
So awareness is a problem. People are not aware about the subsidies which are provided by government.
At this point of time, I can say yes to an extent, but yes, simultaneous efforts are also there. We are making conscious effort by approaching organizations like NEMA, IMA, MASIA, then CII. These organizations, we keep approaching them. We keep, Lagu Udyog Bharati are the organizations. We give them common lectures, explain them about the schemes, the benefits, the subsidies, the implementation plans, the tools which we are going to implement. And we expect that these kind of MSMEs are participants in that, associated with these organizations. Okay. And yes, through this, the awareness government is also doing. QCI is also actively doing it.
Okay.
And it has recently been started, so this will percolate down.
So
this is a 2022 launched scheme. Okay. 2022 launch scheme.
Okay.
Yeah, MCLS Lean Competitive Scheme.
Okay.
Simultaneously, there is another scheme which has been launched. Its name is ZED. ZED.
ZED.
This is also launched for MSMEs also, manufacturing sector only. Zero defect, zero effect. So zero defect on the quality of the product. Zero effect is on the environment.
Okay.
This is being guided by the Prime Minister of India. In line with that, this policy decision has been made, and there are 20 parameters on which the organization MSME applying has to qualify based on the certificate they are aiming for. For bronze, there are 7 parameters. For silver, there are 14 parameters, and for gold, there are 20 parameters. At various stages, they keep upgrading the quality of their product and get certified, get benefited through the subsidies. Once the product is upgraded to an international level product, they can take the product to a foreign exhibition, Indian exhibitions, and get subsidized for the cost of the stall, cost of the travel, cost of the freight taken. So all these subsidies are available. Once we had calculated to an extent of 12 lakh rupees around, if availed well in the real sense, it is available. There also we consultants are handholding them.
Yeah.
And our beneficiary aspect is being taken care by the QCI.
Okay.
The MSME doesn't have to pay anything.
Acha. Okay.
Yes, that is the way.
So like what you are sharing now, what I'm getting is that there are lots of things which government is doing for the MSMEs to grow, because they are the major sector which is driving our GDP.
Yes.
But it's just the part of awareness that they need to be well aware to avail those 12 lakh or 13 lakh benefits.
Very true, very true. And yes, parallel efforts are also
going on. Correct.
Yes. because these
Yeah.
are very recently developed and designed and developed schemes.
Yeah.
Huge efforts are going on in percolating it down,
Hmm.
and people are actually taking these schemes now
Yeah.
in
So they are
manufacturing,
getting aware
getting
now.
aware, and they are getting benefit out of it.
Okay. So you have various experience in various domains, right? So what are the key learnings for the audience out of your journey जो आपने अभी तक हमें शेयर किया है?
Okay. Uh, Key learnings, if you ask me specifically, see, frankly, I have flown with the flow. I
Okay.
myself, I really never planned it this way.
Hmm.
Mm, Whatever came as a good opportunity, I just jumped over and got the experience into. Uh, I think you take the you take the opportunity as it comes.
Hmm.
While I got a job offer from Tata Steel in Jamshedpur, my friends asked me, "What happened? Are you not getting jobs in Mumbai, Pune?" I said, "It's not about that, but let me try."
Yeah.
All the way going down to Jamshedpur without having a flight connectivity, or not able to even afford a air conditioned train journey. I traveled second class journey. So it was a good experience. Just went on the way the opportunities came across. So my first learning and advice to the youngsters is, don't think too much.
Hmm.
If it is big enough, it is good enough. Don't program to the minutest of 99.9999% and then take the jump and then take the implementation. Don't do it. Do it if you are 80%, 85% there, employ, deploy. Leave the 15%, 20% to deal it with later.
Hmm.
Okay? You will deal with that on the next phase. First, resolve this 80-85% of the problems. There will be only one or two. You
Hmm.
know the Pareto way of doing the things. Deal with these two problems first, or one problem which is impacting the most, the bottleneck, and implement it. Then take the rest of the 15% which was there in the list. Identify again two biggest enough. Within this 15, they will again qualify to the 85% of the 15 remaining.
Hmm.
Deal with them in the phase two. Then take the remaining 15%. In the fourth or fifth phase, you will realize you are dealing with remaining only 0.5% of the first problem, big
Hmm.
area. So always, even Dr. Ellie Goldratt has said, big enough is good enough to deal with. Start with. Okay? Don't think too much. Don't program to the minutest part.
Just jump into it.
That's the big learning which I have.
Okay. So it actually pushes you to go out of your comfort zone and do something which the opportunity which is coming to me or any other person.
Yes.
Okay. And what is going to be the, I won't say the easiest, but the simplest or the way by which a person can learn certain things about their business, what are the things going on in their business, and how one can go from loss to profit making.
Okay. So fundamentally, my life journey has been something like, it's been a mix and match, starting with marketing and sales. Uh, it's not sales and marketing; it's marketing and sales.
Hmm.
There is a reason to it. Uh, there is a hard way we have learned it this way. Uh, then getting into the transformation of supply chain, there is a learning through value creation and sharing the value with the customer, getting the organization benefited out of it. Then reaching to a P&L ownership, profit and loss statement ownership, transforming the organizational profit without significant investment within a short period of time, uh, without creating grudges, maintaining the harmony of the organization, which is the most important aspect of the business. Yes, it has been a mix and match journey, and fantastic transformation within myself, uh, getting into the leadership position, and now getting into the position of mentoring the leaders, or transfer mentoring the business creators is a fantastic position which I am feeling. Yes, I'm doing the real good uh, country service. uh, it is probably not possible to anybody and everybody uh, to that extent. uh, it takes a lot of time to learn and to reach this. There will be serious failures, and there will be serious backouts during this process. uh, what I have done is I have created a course of 2 months.
Okay.
Okay, so this course doesn't take 60 days of yours. It takes only 8 days spanned
Okay.
over 2 months.
Hmm.
It's 1 day per week,
Once in a week. Huh.
full day. We sit together.
Hmm.
It's a workshop in a decent place,
Hmm.
in a prime property of the city, and only 20 seats selected who are seriously wanting this
Hmm.
transformation from a danda to a business person, from a business to a corporate
Hmm.
transformation to happen within themselves.
Okay.
Okay, from a Malik to a CEO, from a Malik to an MD.
So, sir, I would like to ask कि what is going to be the easiest, not really the easiest, but a simple way to learn everything, or what is the bottleneck in your company, or how you can overcome it? Is there any way to really get through this?
Yeah, okay. So it's been quite a long journey for me, particularly to learn all these things.
Hmm.
20-25 odd years, and the tougher one. But yes, it has been a very enjoyable journey, starting with marketing and sales, then to supply chain management, and then transformation of supply chain management to a most efficient one. Then owning the P&L ownership,
Hmm.
then reaching to a leadership position in the organization, taking the profitability and cash flow without hurting the harmony of the organization.
Hmm.
Then now into a position of mentoring the leaders
Yeah.
of the organization. You got to spend lot many years, travel lot many places, and it is very tough in terms of doing this. I took that with the help of my family. Uh, they helped me quite a lot in reaching out the places and all. There were hardships also. Uh, what we have done is we have designed a course, rather, to be honest. It's a 2 months course,
Okay.
but in real sense, it's not a 60 days course.
Hmm.
2 months, I mean to say, it's a 80 days course spanned over 2 months. So it's something like 1 day per week,
Hmm.
full day.
Once in a week. Huh.
Okay, full day you got to spend. Only 20 selected candidates are chosen
Hmm.
with their current problem. If they are already into a business, they come there. 20 people with our experts, our consultants.
Hmm.
We gather through the day. We are there uh, into the most primos property in the city. We gather. We book the hall and all. Everything. Infra is ready. Uh, we brainstorm your problem after the theory is discussed.
Hmm.
Okay. The serial number one candidate, MSME, the problem is best,
Hmm.
and we discuss about it. All the other 19 are contributing into solutionalizing the problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Now, if their problem is solved, well and good. There are next 6 days for them to go back and implement it and
Hmm.
come back with the benefit. the next day, seventh day.
Right.
Okay. Now on the same day, serial number two's problem is next. Again, the other 19 are contributing into solutionalizing.
Hmm.
Serial number three, again the same 19 next people are being solutionalizing. So what is happening in the process? You are facing 19 different challenges on one day
Right.
in 19 different businesses,
Hmm.
and you are posing yourself in front of the series of challenges which you might also face over the future years,
Correct.
and you have the solution ready how to behave in that situation.
Hmm.
Okay, so otherwise you would have required 19 years to experience all those
Yeah.
which you are experiencing it within these 2 months.
Months.
We will be making that group of 20 travel through all the departments of the organization, be
Hmm.
it starting, annual business plan generation, goal setting, marketing and sales,
Hmm.
production planning, R&D, finance, quality, supply chain management, you name it and we have it, human
Every sector.
resource, every, and what all departments through which your bottleneck may travel,
Hmm.
and what are the challenges you may face if the bottleneck is in that department, and how to face it.
Hmm.
We will make you travel through, and you are ready in case if in future if that problem comes to you, you know the solution.
Hmm.
You
Right.
just implement it fast and you are there. You don't have to spend 25 years of experience
Hmm.
finding the solution.
Correct.
So we have designed this crisp course.
Okay.
2 months we will handhold it. You
Hmm.
have sufficient time to implement your problem solution
Hmm.
and come back with the findings. We are there. We have a handholding extended support also available, and the course is available. I'll share you the details in case if you
Yeah.
wish to share it with your audience. It's very much available.
Okay. So, what I'm getting out of your sharing is that exactly it's is going to be a very unique course for everyone, that you are able to get 19 opinions at a single table, right? And it's very difficult to get feedbacks because usually we come from our thinking, our mindset, and it's very important to know what you are doing is relevant or not to get the value check. So you might have lots of people who can support you in that, coming from different backgrounds, as you mentioned.
True.
So yeah, it is going to be a very good platform to really become a profitable company. And like, I don't know whether I should end this podcast or not
See, I'll
because
tell you
it's
what happens.
very,
As an owner, what is your role?
yeah,
You are expected to generate profit, profitability, and
correct,
cash flow positivity
correct.
without disturbing the harmony of the organization.
Organization.
So इसके लिए आपको क्या करना है वो करना है.
Hmm.
Period. You
Yeah.
don't have any budget constraint. You
Hmm.
don't have any action constraint,
Hmm.
authority constraint. Nothing, nothing, nothing.
Right.
So you are into the helm of it.
Hmm.
You are the leader of the organization. That
Correct.
is being taught over here. What action you should be doing.
What action needs to be taken at that time? Correct. So that's what I'm saying. It's very insightful to have a conversation with you, not just in front of camera, but we are also learning a lot of things, that how a organization is driven, what are the bottlenecks one can find while running the organization, and even starting with your journey itself. You mentioned that गलतियां करनी चाहिए, गलतियों से ही आगे बढ़ते हैं. So that is something which is a takeaway not just for me but the whole audience who is watching this, that people are afraid of getting failed, but it's okay to fail. Just learn and आगे जाओ. Just grab the opportunities and go out of your comfort zone. That is what I am able to see throughout your journey, that you just took the opportunities and went out of your comfort zone. Even people were asking you ki, are you really sure ki Tata Steel chhod rahe ho tum? But you know that that is something which you want to do and you are doing it right now, and now you are helping others to build their companies. So it's really insightful to have a conversation with you, and I really thank you that आपने अपना पूरा busy schedules में से time निकाल के आज हमें time दिया, and we had a conversation with you.
My pleasure to have come
So
on the
yeah, thank you so much. A big thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot
Yeah.
for giving me this opportunity,
Yeah.
and all the best to your audience.
Yes.
Hopeful for a bright India, bright future.
Future, right?
Great.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.